My name's Jacob Hill. I'm 19, come from the Bundjalung Nation, and my father's from over west in Perth, the Bibbulmun Nation, in the southwest of Perth, southwest of Western Australia. So I grew up in Newtown, Marrickville area, in the inner west for about 10 years. I lived in Marrickville, and I've lived in Newtown since I was 14.
Excellent. So now tell us when you started smoking and why it was that you started smoking.
Yeah, I started smoking on and off. When I first touched a cigarette, I was 13 with my friend. We were at a park, and he said, "Look, just give it a try." I had a puff, coughed for about 10 minutes. So, and then I just gradually on and off. I'd have a cigarette or two before school, and then I'd go without a cigarette for 6 months, and then I'd pick one up again with the friends and everything like that. So it was just really on and off. And then full time I started smoking when I was around 16, 17. I lived in the Territory for about a year, and then up there I started smoking full time, and it's just, yeah.
So what was it about living in the Territory that made you start smoking full time?
I guess I wasn't in schooling, and I didn't have a job then. So a lot of things was boredom, and I've found with smoking a lot of the thing with that is boredom. Okay.
What about parents or other role models that you may have looked up to? Did they smoke when you were young?
Yeah, my mum's a full-time smoker. She's been smoking since she was 14. So I guess having that person there, you know, seeing them smoke all throughout your life, it's obviously been a constant thing. My dad also, he smoked, and a lot of aunties and uncles have smoked and everything like that.
Yeah. So now, how many cigarettes per day would you be smoking?
Probably be smoking around 15 cigarettes. On a good day, in terms of saving cigarettes, I'd probably go with 10, so half a packet. But other days, it sort of varies. I can smoke 20 cigarettes in a day, but mostly around 15.
And at the moment, how much is a packet of cigarettes costing you?
My local tobacconist is probably around $19 for a packet of Winfield Blue 20s. Okay. So yeah, it's...
And what kind of things throughout the day make you feel like you need to have a cigarette?
I guess it's just a ritual. After a coffee or during a coffee, when you're stressed out, after lunch, after dinner, and again, you know, when you're bored at home, you know, when you're not doing anything proactive, you know, you just pick a cigarette up.
Yeah. And what kind of things do you find stress you out during each day?
Sometimes it's, you know, the people that you interact with. Other times it's just you feel stressed and you feel the need for a cigarette. So.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear you say that, because a lot of times people who smoke, they actually confuse feeling stressed for having a nicotine craving. So it's actually your body and your brain mostly is sort of screaming at you to say, "Where's our nicotine? Where's our nicotine?" And then as soon as you have that first puff, that nicotine goes straight to the parts of the brain that's stimulated by that, and then that starts calming down. So it'll be interesting talking with you over the week to see what kind of stressful situations you do come across, and then trying to separate out, okay, are you actually being stressed out by something, or is it your brain craving that nicotine? So hopefully we can come up with some ideas to get you thinking about that during the next week. I guess what I wanted to also discuss was, why do you think you should quit smoking?
I've got a long family history on both sides of the family of heart troubles, heart disease. My dad suffered from emphysema. He also suffered heart troubles. My auntie suffers from emphysema. My grandmother on my mother's side went through a triple bypass heart surgery to do with smoking. So it's, you know, it's prevalent there in both sides of the family. So, you know, having that added, you know, I guess stress on my lungs and my heart, yeah, it's just, you know, I really do want to quit.
So do you feel like you have a pretty good understanding of the link between long-term smoking and ending up with those kinds of chronic diseases?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the path you definitely don't want to go down?
No.
Okay, cool. So what we'll do now is we'll go through the app that we've got. And as I said before, it's just some simple questions about your tobacco use. That question and that question, this question now, is the one that works out what kind of nicotine dependency your body has.
Yeah.
Results of this should come back to you. So you should get a PDF that says, I just did the tattoo app and this is what I said. And then so that you can go back at a later date and see whether the information in here is now relevant for you or whether you've made changes. So it's just basically for your own records. So those last couple of questions, they're just if you want to put it up on Facebook that you've done the app and so that you're almost like outing yourself and saying that this is where I'm at with my smoking and I want to quit. Yeah. And so other people know. Okay. And then the other one about Quitline is if you want Quitline to call you back. So a lot of people, they do want to get help, but they want it to be sort of secret help. Yeah, and that's what, and Quitline will do that for them. You just, so with your details that are in there, if you wanted to be contacted by Quitline, you press that button, your details will go off to Quitline and then they'll call you back and then you can have that confidential discussion with them about support for actually quitting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.